Welcome to this week's episode of Automotive Weekly. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different here over the next, honestly, couple months, and we're actually going to be showing you guys how to do some more basic maintenance on your cars. Whether that's oil changes or tire rotations, we're kind of just going to show you some of that kind of stuff. This isn't designed for people who really know how to work on cars that much, but for the people that just want to learn and do how to do some simple stuff like that. So we're going to go and jump right on into it with an oil change on the FRS. So you're going to need a couple things to change your oil. The first and most importantly is you're actually going to need your oil. We use Castrol, not sponsored or anything like that. It's just what we've used. You'll need a socket wrench and the appropriate socket, and that'll vary depending on the car. So keep, owner's manual for that one. You also need, jack stands and something to get your car up in the air, unless it's like a truck or something like that, in which case you should be able to, get underneath it pretty easily. So, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump right on into actually getting it raised up. But first, I'm gonna show you where you need to go to open up your hood. So to access your engine bay, what you'll need to do is pop the hood, which on most cars is usually somewhere down here. On this car, which is the FRS, it's right here. So now what we can do, come around to here. There we go. So the next thing you'll need to do is get a floor jack. Now, this car is so low to the ground that I actually need to use two. So what we need to do is get the one from the trunk, and then we'll get my roller one, and then use them both to get the car in the air. Proper floor jack. The scissor jack that came with the car. So as I previously mentioned, we need to use two jacks to get this car up into the air. So I'm going to show you how we do that. First, we start jacking it up from the front tow hook. From there, we slide the other floor jack in to raise the height even more. Make sure you jack on a place that has the structural support to be able to lift it. The next thing we need to do is grab some jack stands. We'll slide them right on in. We'll put them right here between these two notches. From here, we can lower the car gently back onto the ground. So right there's our drain plug. So we're gonna set this right underneath it. Now that we got the oil draining, next thing we're gonna have to do is the oil filter. Now on some cars, as you can see on screen here, it's actually below in the engine, but on this one, which I'll show you now, we are lucky because it is right there on top. So let's show you how to get it out. So there are a couple different tools that you can use. You can use something like this, which then you basically do that and then you can turn it. There are ones that you have a socket that you can just go zzz, zzz on, and sometimes you can just hand undo these, like this one here. There we go. Now you can use whatever oil filters you want. I personally go with the genuine ones, so this is a genuine Subaru. Mostly because they're fairly inexpensive, and I feel like the manufacturers know what they're doing when it comes to these things, so I just like to use those, but you can kind of get whatever one you want as long as you don't cheap out on it, because the last thing you want is metal in your engine and it going kablamo. Something that manufacturers recommend to do is to take your oil filter here, and take your new oil, get a little bit on your finger, and then just wipe right around the seal of it, like that. So that way it can form a good bond when you put it back in. How y'all doing? Now that we've got all the oil drained out and put the drain plugs back in and the new filter, it's time that we need to put oil back into the car. So we need to undo the oil cap here and then stick a funnel in so that way we don't spill oil all over engine, because that will cause it to smoke and that is not a fun day for anyone. Be sure you put the correct amount of oil in because you don't want it to be overfilled or underfilled. Both can cause catastrophic failure. To find out how much you need to put in, consult your owner's manual or check online. When checking the dipstick, you want to make sure that it's between the max and the minimum lines, but usually you want to make sure it's filled all the way up to the max line. Once you've got the level within the range you want it to be, screw the oil cap back on, close the hood, and then put the car back on the ground. And that's it. Thanks for watching this week's episode. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe so you can get all of our content here in the future. We normally do our feature videos, but today, like I said, we were doing some more shop kind of stuff. We got more of this kind of stuff in the future too, so if you like it, let us know down in the comments below. And if there's something you want us to show you how to work on, let us know that as well, and we'll try our best to make sure that happens. We'll see you next week.